Hello everyone, this is Narendra Kumar and I welcome you all at the Chandigarh Career Group. So guys, हम MCQ आज भी सॉल्व करेंगे, राइट? यू आर गोइंग टू गेट अराउंड 7 to 8 MCQs. और यहाँ पे आज क्या है कि MCQs का पैटर्न थोड़ा चेंज हुआ है. यू आर गोइंग टू मोस्ट ऑफ द क्वेश्चन यू आर गोइंग टू गेट इन द स्टेटमेंट्स, राइट? अब इसका एडवांटेज क्या होगा? विद द हेल्प ऑफ द वन MCQ आपके जो है 2 से 3 MCQ सॉल्व हो जाएंगे, राइट? और दोज हु आर प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर द सीरियस दे आर गोइंग टू गेट क्वेश्चन लाइक दिस. सो उनकी कन्वीनियंस के लिए ये चीज़ की गई है. बट इफ़ यू आर अपेयरिंग फॉर द अदर एंट्रेंस एग्जामिनेशन तो ये कहीं ना कहीं आपके लिए भी हेल्पफुल होगा, राइट? तो ये रहा आपके सामने पहला क्वेश्चन. इसमें क्या बोला जा रहा है दैट यू हैव टू कंसीडर द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट रिलेटेड टू द सबमिशन ऑन द एग्रीकल्चर मशीनाइजेशन स्कीम, राइट? सो हियर इज योर फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट. इसमें क्या बोला जा रहा है दैट submission on the agriculture machinization scheme, it was launched in the year 2014 and 15, and the aim of that scheme, the second statement saying that aim of the scheme is to reach to the unrelated by making the farm machines accessible and affordable for the small and the marginal farmers. Okay, so aim of the scheme basically to make the machines accessible and the affordable for the small and the marginal farmers. So third statement is saying that in the union budget 2020 and 21 around 1050 crore has been allocated for the submission on the agriculture machinization. So you are supposed to give the correct statement, or you are supposed to identify that what are the correct statements given above. So here is your options. The first option is saying that only 1 and 2 statement is correct. The second option is saying that only 2 and 3 statements are correct, and the option C is saying only 1 and 3 statements are correct, and D is saying that all the statements are correct. So first of all, first statement is very true that it has been launched into the year 2014 and 15, and as far as the aim of that scheme is concerned, it is also given true that the aim of the scheme is to provide the machine accessibility and affordability for the small and the marginal farmers, and around 1050 crore had been allocated in the budget for the submission on the agriculture machinization. So all the statements are correct, right? So D is your correct answer. Now moving to the next question, but before that you are supposed to read that other information that submission on the agriculture machinization scheme, it was launched in the year 2014 and 15, which we are familiar now, and the scheme was launched by the government of India with the aim of the reaching to the unreached, right? The government, those people, up to those people where government is not able to reach through this scheme, government somewhere try to reach those persons who are out of the reach of the government, and that scheme is seek to reach to the unreached by making the farm machines accessible and affordable to the small and the marginal farmers. And under this scheme, the distribution of the various subsidized agricultural equipment and the machines are done to the individual farmer. As far as the component of that scheme is concerned, that scheme is comprising around that three components. The first one is that the scheme makes the small and the marginal farmers to connect with the hiring institutions, right? Somewhere that hiring institutions help the farmers to get the best deal, right? To get the best deal about the machines, right? And the second component is awareness. Somewhere awareness among the farmers about the machines is going to be very crucial. So second component of that scheme is related to the awareness, and the third component is related to the testing and certification of the machines, so that our farmers, they are going to get the authentic machines, right? So this is how this question comes to an end, and this is all about this question. Now moving to the next question, it is quite interesting. It is something related to the Anganwadi scheme, so it is quite important for your examination. So here is your first statement, and it is saying that it was started in the 1975 as a part of the integrated child development service program, and second statement is saying that it is a centrally sectored scheme, and the third statement is saying that according to the Ministry of the Social Justice and Empowerment, the number of the beneficiaries under the government's Anganwadi program has been declined nearly by 2 crore in the recent years. So what you are supposed to do, you are supposed to give the correct answer by identifying the above given statements. So here is your options that 1 and 2 only is correct, the 1 and 1 only is correct, option C is saying 2 and 3 is correct, and D is saying none of the above is given correct, right? So the right option is the A is the right option, right? B is the right option, that only the first statement is correct, right? First of all, it is very true that it has been started in the year 1975 as a part of the Integrated Child Development Service program, but as far as scheme is concerned, it is not a centrally sector scheme, it is a centrally sponsored scheme, right? Sponsored scheme. Now the question is that what is the basic difference between the centrally sector scheme and the centrally sponsored scheme? I will let you that thing later, but now moving to the third statement, according to the Ministry of the Social Justice and the Empowerment, the number of beneficiaries under the government Anganwadi program has been declined nearly by the 2 crore. But here is the most important thing, that Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, they did not publish such kind of a report, but instead of the Ministry of the Social Justice and the Empowerment, the Ministry of the Women and the Child Development, they had published the report that the number of beneficiaries under the government's Anganwadi program has been declined nearly by the 2 crores. So this is how your second statement and your third statement is incorrect, and first statement is correct, and B is the right answer. So here is the Anganwadi, and some information about the Anganwadi. It is a kind of the rural child care center in India. These centers were started by the Indian government in the year 1975, and the centers were established under the Integrated Child Development Service program to combat the child hunger and the malnutrition, right? So main aim to brought Anganwadi into the picture in order to eliminate the child hunger and the malnutrition, right? So basically Integrated Child Development Scheme, it is an umbrella schemes, and Anganwadi comes under the Integrated Child Development Scheme. So Integrated Child Development Scheme, that also came into the picture in the 1975, and through in 1978 Morarji Desai's government had discontinued it, but in the 10th 5-year plan it was relaunched. The scheme comprises of a package of the 6 services which were administered by the various Anganwadi centers, and the service include the immunization, supplementary nutrition, preschool, non-formal education, health checkups, health educations, and the referral services. So this is all about the Anganwadi and the Integrated Child Development Scheme. Now moving to the third question, that consider the following statement related to the World Sustainable Summit, right? Recently, Prime Minister of India inaugurated the World Sustainable Summit. So this question is related to that thing. Now here is your first statement, and it is saying that Energy and the Resource Institutes annually organizes the Sustainable Development Summit in the Delhi since 2001, right? So Energy and the Resource Institute, what they are supposed to do, they annually used to organize the Sustainable Development Summit in the Delhi since 2001. This is what statement one first is saying. Now the second statement is saying that this summit is organized by the Energy and the Resource Institute, right? And the third statement is saying that World Sustainable Development Summit will be organized under the theme Redefining Our Common Futures and Safe and Secure Environment for All, right? So here options are 1 and 2 only correct, 2 and 3 only correct, 1 and 3 are only correct, and all above given are correct. So your answer is D is your right answer, that all the statement given above is correct, right? But for your examination, option C is going to be very crucial, because the theme is given into the option 3, that the World Sustainable Development Summit theme will be redefining our common future and safe and secure environment for all. This is very important, and you are supposed to remember this thing, right? So here is another information about the World Sustainable Summit. So our Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, he will inaugurate the World Sustainable Development Summit 2021 on the 10th of the Feb through the video conferencing. The World Sustainable Development Summit will be organized under the theme of the redefining our common future, safe and secure environment for all. This summit is organized by the Energy and the Resource Institute, and this summit will be organized with the aim to bring together a wide number of the government, academicians, business leaders, climate scientists, civil societies, and youth to fight against the climate change. Right. So main motto of that scheme is to fight against the climate change, where people from the various sector they will meet together and try to find out the solution in order to combat the climate change. The summit will be held the discussions on the topic ranging from the climate finance, circular economy, energy and the industry transitions, adaptations and resilience, nature-based solutions, clean oceans and the air pollutions. Right. The key partner of the summits, the concerned ministries are the Ministry of the New and the Renewable Energy, Ministry of the Environment, Forest and the Climate Change, and the Ministry of the Earth Sciences. So these three concern will be the concerned ministry related to the World Sustainable Development Summit, which ultimate aim is to combat the climate change. Right. So here is another question. And recently, Rajya Sabha clears a bill to merge which state and union territory cadre into the AGMUT. Now, what is AGMUT? This is the question. Right. A stands for Arunachal Pradesh. Right. Arunachal Pradesh. And G stands for Goa. And M stands for Mizoram. Right. So now, again read the question. Recently, Rajya Sabha clears a bill to merge which state or union territory cadre with the Arunachal Pradesh, Goa and the Mizoram union territories, right? So, your options are Jammu and Kashmir, option B is Arunachal Pradesh, option C is Goa and option D is Mizoram. Now, by using your common sense, you can easily answer this question. That is your answer, that Jammu and Kashmir. So recently Rajya Sabha, what they had done, they clear will to merge the cadres of the Jammu and Kashmir with the Arunachal Pradesh, Goa and the Mizoram, right? Here is your another question. Who got the Lifetime Achievement Award of the Economics Times Award for Corporate Excellence? ठीक है जी. अब इकोनॉमिक्स टाइम्स अवार्ड रिसेंटली आए हैं और आपसे पूछा जा रहा है हु गॉट द लाइफ टाइम अचीवमेंट अवार्ड, एंड योर ऑप्शंस आर प्रीथा रेड्डी, शक्तिकांता दास, I'm sorry, and Aditya Puri and Piyush Gupta, right? So your right answer is C is your right answer, that Aditya Puri, he got the Lifetime Achievement Award of the Economics Times Award, right? So here is another awards related to another categories related to the Economics Times Award, right? The first you are supposed to remember that the Lifetime Achievement Award, which won by the Aditya Puri, right? And this is going to be very crucial, that Business Reformer of the Year is given to the Shaktikanta Das, right? Shaktikanta Das got the Business Reformer of the Year, and the Global Indian Award won by the Piyush Gupta. These three awards is very crucial, and other award you can read by your own self, right? Here is another question. Ministry of the Civil Aviation and the Directorate General of the Civil Aviation have granted the conditional exemptions to the which Sports Authority for the deployment of the drones for the live aerial cinematography, right? So here is your options: Sports Authority of India, BCCI, Indian Hockey Federations, and the All India Football Federation. So option B is your right answer, that Ministry of Civil Aviation have granted the conditional exemptions to the BCCI authority for the deployment of the drones for the live aerial cinematography, right? So this is how this video comes to an end, and confused से यही जो है around we will try to solve around 7 to 8 quality questions, and till then thank you so much.